if you sleep within a microwave field, the nighttime melatonin is reduced by a level of 47% because of interaction with the pineal gland. The calcite crystals, which have been recently discovered in the pineal gland, produce a piezoelectric current which prevents the production of nighttime melatonin. Now, what that means is when you go to sleep, a gland, as we are now, light is going through our eyes, and a gland inside our brain picks up an electrical current as the light goes to the back of the head through the optic nerve. So an electrical current is picked up. When you close your eyes and go to sleep, this electrical current stops. The gland in the head realizes it is nighttime and you are going to sleep, and it produces a substance which goes around the body fighting cancer cells and anything else your body doesn't want. If you sleep in a microwave field, the microwaves go through your head. The gland still feels like it is light. It can't tell the difference between the electric current from microwaves and the electric current from light. So it thinks it's daytime, and it doesn't produce enough of the nighttime chemical that fights the nasty cancer cells in your body. Is that okay for you, miss? Can you understand that? Are you okay? Good. So the nighttime melatonin isn't produced and the free radicals are not being swept up. The interesting research that backs this up as well is that we know that ladies who do more nights work, ladies who do night shifts get more breast cancer than ladies who don't. An easy cure for this is actually to take a melatonin substitute. And I will say here, I do not work for a factory that makes melatonin substitutes, and I don't know anyone that sells it, but I know it can be obtained. A melatonin substitute could prevent the onset of cancer. In fact, one of your scientists here in Wales, Roger Coghill, in Pontypool, Dr. Roger Coghill, he produces melatonin, and I know he has a website. On top of that, you can get hotspots. Now, where the waves from different transmitters cross over, you can get what's known as constructive interference, wave upon wave upon wave. And they can create hotspots. And if you have a hotspot in the body, what happens is the heat shock proteins will assemble around the cell, and the problem is, if the cell is a cancerous cell or turning cancerous, the body cannot then destroy it. So what I'm saying is, if you have a hot spot in your house and you wouldn't know it was there, it may be right over your bed or in your armchair, if a cell reaches 0.6 of a degree, it doesn't know how hot it's going to get, and a protein scaffold goes around the cell to protect it. Now, the body then has problems getting rid of this scaffold, and if it's a cancerous cell, it can then be left to develop. The blood-brain barrier in the brain is affected by microwaves. You have like a net around your brain, which keeps everything in and everything that shouldn't get out, and stops infections in the blood going through. That the holes can be made bigger, and things can leak out and leak in, and you can get things leaking out of your brain that shouldn't, and things leaking into your brain again that shouldn't. And finally, the main cause for the doctors here, there is, with the microwaves going through, there is a current produced in the body that changes the cell potential, and then there is the knock-on effect. You've got cell potential, signal transduction, cell cycle timing affected, interference to the adenosine triphosphate double bond at the mitochondrial deoxyribonucleic acid site. And that's with all cells. Now, what that means for our ladies and gentlemen, imagine any cell in your body you like. Imagine the cell in your body is your house. Your house has essential things coming in, like air, food and water, and it has poisonous things going out, like waste, poisonous gases and anything else produced in the house you don't want. Now, if the good things couldn't come into the house and the bad things couldn't go out, you would survive